Welcome to today's episode of Conversations with Karen and Kat. I'm Karen Scott Green,
And I'm Kat Hardrick.
and we are joined today by my dear sis, Robin Edwards, who is the Senior Program Manager with the National Black MBA Association.
All
So,
right.
welcome, Robin.
Thank you,
Woo!
thank you, Karen. Thank you, Kat, for having me here. It is a pleasure. I love being amongst women that are doing great things, showing up and showing out for our
Mhm,
community. So
mhm.
thank you so much for the opportunity.
Amen.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
So,
welcome.
Robin, tell us, what is the National Black MBA Association?
Sure. So the National Black MBA Association this mission is to really lead in the creation of educational, wealth building, and growth opportunities for the underrepresented communities throughout their career. So we work with students, we work with professionals, as well as entrepreneurs. So we are all things Black, really trying to elevate Black people, build wealth, generational wealth. So that is what we do. So, in my role, one of my responsibilities with the organization is to lead in that entrepreneurial efforts because the power of entrepreneurship is critical when it
Mhm.
comes to building generational wealth. So, we
Yeah.
recognize that. So, we have put some programs in place to really kind of help eradicate that, if you will, a bit, right? So, I want to talk a little bit about why entrepreneurship is so important, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the problems that we have, or the challenges, let's call it challenges,
Mhm.
Mm.
have with entrepreneurship with Black people is access to capital, right?
Money.
Access to capital is one of our major issues with entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I have a little problem here. So, why do we have problems with access to capital, right? Unfortunately, we have founders that are, or I'm sure, should I say, venture capitalists that are biased, right? They're not
Mm-hmm.
really looking to fund Black businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not on their
So
agenda.
it's not on their agenda. It is
Mhm.
hard for us to get money, and we need money, right, to build these businesses.
Yes.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Network disparities, right? We're not in the
Yeah.
room. We are not in the room. We are not where these conversations are being had. Is another
That's,
disparity. Lack
Mhm.
of representation.
Who was it that said, if you're not at the table, then
you're on the
you're
menu. The
then you're
Bila
on the
is.
menu?
Mm-hmm. And I
Absolutely.
don't know if she got that from somebody, but I heard it from her. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Lack of representation, right? We don't have a lot of Black venture capitalists
Mhm.
or investors, angel investors. So that is
Mm-hmm.
another area that we really need to work on to engage people to really um, that's really looking to serve Black businesses, right? There's wealth disparities, there's geographical disparities. So those are some things that we're up against when it comes to entrepreneurs, our Black entrepreneurs. So we do have a few programs that we put in place to really kind of help with that.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll talk about those a little bit. So one of the programs we have is we have our Entrepreneur Insights program, right? And that's really a
Okay.
digital like webinar series, and it really talks about just different levels of their entrepreneur journey and how they will business marketing. It really gives them the tools they need. We also have an accelerator program, which is a 6-week intense program that really digs deep into entrepreneurship. It talks about building your business plan, right? Market analysis. It talks about
Mm-hmm.
the legal part of entrepreneurship, right? And
Mm.
then we have
You
our scale up. I'm sorry.
you said the legal or illegal? What you
The
say?
legal, the legal, the legal
Yeah,
part,
what
right?
would
All
she
right.
say? What would she say? Illegal?
Hey,
Let's get
hey,
let's slow down. Let's get it right.
yeah.
What?
The
The
legal part. So
legal.
we're talking about like the business part, the law part of it, right?
Mhm.
Do you
That's
have,
right.
do you have an EIN number? Should you be incorporated or should you be an LLP, right? An LLC. So it's all
Mm-hmm.
of those things that, kind of deter us, as Black founders from really moving forward because we don't always have the information that we need,
Yeah.
right? We also have a scale up pitch competition, which is my favorite. Businesses get to compete for money, $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
But the $50,000 is great, but they also get one-on-one mentoring and coaching and access to venture capitalists. So those are
Mhm.
just a few of the programs that we do.
So, Robin, as I'm thinking about that, how does what the National Black MBA Association do? How does that differ from like SCORE?
Oh,
Or
so
go ahead.
that is a great question because SCORE is actually one of our partners. So National
Okay.
Black, yeah, National Black, our entrepreneurship is not our niche, right?
Okay. Okay.
We brought on this program because we have members. We found that we have members that are joining that are entrepreneurs. When
Okay.
people hear National Black MBA Association, they automatically think that you have to be an MBA to join our organization,
I
That
and
thought
was my.
you do not. You do not.
Mm-hmm.
We have people that are that just have undergraduate degrees, right? We have people that are, have PhDs, people that are just entrepreneurs, right?
hmm
Or you may have an MBA and you are also an entrepreneur. So really, and so we found that our membership was really growing in that space.
Okay.
So we really teamed up with other organizations that's their thing, that's their expertise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a company called StartCo that does all of our webinars because that's where they are, that's their niche, right?
hmm
So we are very different. They SCORE. We go to SCORE. We need to get some information and some
Okay.
resources.
All right. So they're
So
a partner.
Mhm.
yeah. So my question is, leading into that, you guys have y'all all over the place. I want you to speak to where you are and how people can chime in. And it looks like you have over 11,000 members. What
Mhm.
is your it? Like, what is the recipe that you guys have created to be in business this long, have this long-term this large membership, and these
Mhm.
partnerships abroad? What's the it factor?
The it factor is we are the place to be if you are looking for Black talent. So if you're a
Mm.
corporation and you are looking for Black talent, you need to be on our radar. You need to be coming to our conference. You need to be recruiting from our membership, right? If you are a member, we offer all types of professional development, right? To really engage our members. And we have some great, superb partners that are looking for talent. So if you want access to corporate partners or corporations or organizations, you need to be with us. We have a conference every year that has 8 to 10,000 people come to this conference every year. We have
Wow.
over 300,
Wait. Back up. You said 8 to 10,000.
8 to 10,000.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes.
that's why I'm like, what's y'all it factor? Because that
Mhm.
you're doing something to draw those numbers.
Yeah, we have over 300 companies that come and exhibit
Mhm.
on our showroom floor, and they are
Mm.
actually actively recruiting. People walk away from our conference with
With
jobs.
jobs.
With
Okay.
Wow.
jobs.
So when is the next conference
Ooh.
and where? Because I know about these national associations. They party at their
Ooh.
conferences.
Okay. We're gonna talk about the
We,
partying later.
yes, we party. We party. So the next conference is September the 17th through the
Okay.
21st.
Okay.
And it's in DC. So we're gonna be partying in DC.
Yeah, y'all
Okay.
So
gonna check it
yes,
out.
we're being to see, and we are bringing some really new. We are under new leadership. So what comes with new leadership is new opportunities, a new vision. So conference is going to look a little different this year than it has in the past. So we're really excited about that. We're going to have summits inside of our conference this year. Our
Mhm.
conference is not only expo, but it's a lot of professional development, a
Mhm.
lot of plenaries, and you said it, lifestyle. We have NBA. We have our NBA live that happens on Thursday and Friday. We
Okay.
have our CEO reception that happens. Like last year, we've had Boys to Men. We've had New Edition at one point. I mean, we've had some really good,
Yeah.
people there.
Okay.
Last year, one of our NBA lives. We did a battle. It was the 50 years of hip hop, so we did like a battle.
Yeah.
Our partners with the battle. So there's just a lot of opportunity, a lot of networking, a lot of just meeting new people, kind of getting back to people you haven't seen in a while. So yes, we are very excited
That
about this conference.
that's powerful. Let me know when New Edition coming back. I just, I
I
can just
will.
hear it.
We saw
It
you
is in love.
dancing.
Look.
So, how
Absolutely.
can someone join the National MBA Association?
Sure, they will go to our website, www.nbmbaa.org, and they will click on to the membership join. There's a tab that says join, and they'll jump there, click on that. And there's, of course, a fee, but the fees are nominal when I think about it. For student
Mhm.
fees, it's like we have we go all the way down to the high school. We grabbing up the babies to bring them up.
Right.
So it starts at high school. We have an LOT program, Leaders of
Okay.
Tomorrow, and it's a year-round
Ah.
program, and we are working with students. And let me tell you, these students, we have a summit every year in June. So it'll be June this year in
Mhm.
DC, where the students get an opportunity to present a case.
Mm.
So we have a corporate partner, we give them a case of a problem to solve, right? And they will present this case. The first time I saw it was probably like my second year here, and these students are amazing. I
Mhm.
was like, wow. So yeah, so and their membership is usually like $15, and it goes
Okay.
up to 200 for experienced professionals.
Do
You
you
said
allow
200?
some type of scholarships for those students to make it to DC?
We absolutely do. We absolutely do. We have corporate part. We have a program. And a lot of times, the program is around HBCU, right? Because those are the students that are having the most challenges with getting to
Mhm.
conference. So not
Mhm.
only do we get them to conference, but we have programs put in place to get them ready for conference, right? When when corporations come to our conference, they're looking for Black talent, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Of course, we have all types of people that come to our conference, right? All nationalities. But the corporations are specifically looking for Black people. So we put programs in place to make sure that when our Black students show up, they're showing up.
Mhm.
Okay, they're
Prepare.
showing up. They're prepared and they're ready to walk away with internships and
Mm.
actual jobs.
Okay.
So
Girl, that's
corporate
good.
partners actually buy sponsorships and they want to sponsor 50 students to come to conference, right? And that
Oh,
covers everything.
All
Their,
okay.
right.
their cost to get to conference, their room and board, and their cost to get into the conference.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's
And
that's nice.
their
Yeah.
families, or do they travel by
Just the students, just the
just a
student.
student? Okay, just making sure. Look, they need a
Yeah.
guardian, a chaperone.
Mhm,
she,
mhm.
she always trying to get invited somewhere.
That's all right. But you know what, Robin? Let me ask you this. Why are you a part of this organization? What makes you come and stick around and do what you do and get you 10 toes down? Why?
You know what? So I've been working in nonprofit for over 25 years. Like my background before I came to nonprofit was accounting.
Mm,
So I wanted a change, right? I wanted to do something
Mm.
different. I was sick of just sitting there crunching numbers. I said, I want to do something different. So I
Mhm.
applied for this organization for this position at a nonprofit. I had absolutely zero experience.
mm.
I said, I'm never going to get this job, right? But
Right,
I'm just
right.
going to I'm going to go through the process anyway. So something they saw in me, and I got the position, right? So I got the
Mhm.
position.
Fabulous.
It was a coordinator position. It was a very coordinator position. And I went through the first year of that and I was really bad, right? But
Yes.
they saw something in me. They said, this might not be the fit for you, but
Mm-hmm.
I think programs will be the fit for you, right?
Mm.
Let's try something different. So I was at that organization for about 13 years doing program. And this was more on the community grassroots level. And it
Mm-hmm.
was there that I realized that I love my community. I love
Mm.
helping people prosper in whatever
Mm-hmm.
way that is. This particular position was around health, but I love seeing them grow. I love seeing them, just prosper in health and fitness and everything. So when I moved to Georgia about 7 years ago, I said, I got to work for an organization that is all about my people,
That's
right?
right.
I love
About
it.
my people, all about elevating our people and our community.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
Mm-hmm.
introduced to National Black because prior to me coming here, I didn't even know that this organization existed. So
Right.
here I was like, oh, wow, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I can do this. So I love just watching. It is nothing like seeing a student from a really small HBCU come to conference and walk away with a $80,000, $90,000 job. It is
Preach.
Nice.
like seeing those and hearing those stories is just amazing. Coming right out of college, when I came out of college, yeah, I wasn't making that much money. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's just being that servant leader, making sure that, the people in the Black community are good. It just, I love to serve. So that is my thing.
And I will say this one little thing. When you said that you don't know why you were in that space with no talent, God put you in that place so you can share the talent that God gave you. You may not have known it, but God was working in your favor
There was a
because God
plan.
needs
There's
us
always a plan.
always.
Mhm.
God needs all
Always.
of us to put back into his flock,
Mhm.
and we have to continue to fight for fair and just social, economic, environmental justice, and that we do it in our own different ways. So this is your
Absolutely.
and now this podcast is going to tell everybody about this organization because, like you said, I didn't know about it. I was like, what? And I had the question, do I need an MBA? Let me go back to school. But that's good to know.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people, that is a misconception. A lot of people think that, you need an MBA, and you really do not need an MBA. So we have
Because
all
I
kinds.
thought that. I was
Mhm.
familiar with the National MBA from when I was in like law school and when I was doing my master's in city planning. I remember there was an Atlanta chapter, and there was like some joint event, and I thought because the people who were in it were like NBA students and
Mhm.
had MBAs, graduates of the program. So I I actually thought that as well.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I will say that most of our membership are MBAs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them aren't. A lot of them aren't. So we have really diversify our programming to make sure that we are reaching our membership base. So, and that's where entrepreneurship came in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I
Mhm.
I
love it.
love the outreach to the students.
I do. I want to ask this. What I find with entrepreneurship, and I know you said that this is your specialty, but maybe God's put it on my heart to say, legal representation and accounting representation at the very beginning is
Mhm.
necessary. I see way too many Black businesses go under because they didn't file their taxes for
Mm.
2 or 3 years, right?
Mhm.
And then they didn't have anybody to help them get them right in the
Mhm.
beginning. Now you're
Yep.
playing catch up, you
Mhm.
know. So having your organization and the other partners that you have to show this, to have this talk with people, because a lot of
Mhm.
times we just stick to certain things and it's not really getting to, like, when a person say, I had bumps and bruises. Well, what were they? What were the
Mhm.
pitfalls? Like, tell me the pitfalls so that I won't make the same mistakes. Don't just glass over it and make it very broad. Let's get down into the weeds of it. And so I hope that that's the type of stuff you guys are doing with your program so people can come out truly prepared
Mhm.
for what their field is.
Kat, you are absolutely spot on, right? When I think of entrepreneurs, I think of the different levels of entrepreneurs, right? I
Mhm.
think of that entrepreneur that has this idea or a concept, right? I have this great idea, but I don't know what to do with it, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
have our program is centered around really talking to them about, market analysis, business planning, those types of things to really get them to think about before they even think about launching and actually being an actual business. Think about all
Mm-hmm.
of these things that has to be done before that, right? And then we
Mm-hmm.
have the entrepreneur, and we good at this. This is our fave right here because we good
Uh-huh.
at side hustles, right? We have these
Right.
entrepreneurs that have these side hustles, and I have a side hustle, right? So we have these entrepreneurs that have these side hustles, and yeah, now they're like, you know what? I wanna really turn this side hustle into a business, right? So
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
there's things that has to actually to happen before you can turn that into a business. So we talk
Right.
about legal part of that is spot on. Like we really have to make sure that they're aware of what needs to be done before they even sell a product, right? Or
Right.
you get one person to download their app, right? And then we
Mm-hmm.
have that next level, right? We have that next level. We have that entrepreneur that they got their business, they got an accountant, right? They have a lawyer, they got a legitimate business, right? Then
Right.
they may be making some money, right? So now I want to get to that next level. I want to scale my business. How do I
Mhm.
do that, right? One of the things that I think we do as Black entrepreneurs is we think we have to do everything by ourselves, and we don't. We don't
Yeah.
have to do everything by ourselves. My daughter is an entrepreneur, right? And I
Okay.
remember she came to me one day and she said, "Oh," well, every other week at one point she was like, I'm updating my resume, right?" But she said, "It's so lonely. I feel
Mhm.
like I'm all alone," right? I
Mhm.
said, entrepreneurship can be very lonely. You know,
Yes.
we have to realize that we don't, you don't have to do it alone. One of the things
Mhm.
I love about the scale up pitch competition
Mhm.
is you get to win money. You get to win $50,000, but only one person gets to win
Oh,
$50,000.
how much?
50,000.
You
But
can get
only
a car.
one
You can get a
person.
car. You can get a car.
So we had over 300 applications last year. Only one person is going to win that $50,000, and then we have a second place prize and a third place prize. But out of 300 people, only 3 people are actually going to walk away with money, right?
Mhm.
So, what makes the program so enticing to me? Because they're walking away throughout this program, they're going to have one on one coaching and mentor.
Mm.
I mean, they're going to have like personal coaching where they get to ask questions one on one that's specific to what their needs are, right?
Mhm.
They're going to have access to venture capitalists. Venture capitalists are going to come, they're going to present to these venture capitalists. Throughout this program, they're going to learn what are these funders looking for? What do I need to put in my deck? What
Yeah.
do I need to say in my elevator speech that's really going to catch their eye, right? They're going to catch their ear. So these are the things that they're learning. They are building relationships
I
in this
love
program.
that.
There is so much, they talk about funding, money. Of course, we all need money, right? But the
Mhm.
human capital that they get throughout this program is invaluable. So that
Mhm.
is what we've had entrepreneurs come back to us and we send out surveys and ask questions. What was your greatest experience throughout this program? It's the relationships. It has
Relationships.
it has become a community, right?
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs, it's almost like a cohort. They've gone through this cohort together. Now they're partnering with each other, collaborating with each other. They have meetups. It has become a whole community. So building those relationships and knowing that they're not alone.
That's
They're
Mhm.
not
that's
alone. They're trading contacts. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just really, really awesome.
And
We
so
have
the
this.
services that your organization is offering is so important in this day and age, especially after the Fearless Fund, which is a group of Black women that founded a venture capitalist firm, and
Mhm.
they were giving money to Black owned businesses,
Mhm.
Black female owned businesses. And they got sued by the same person who fought affirmative action and
Mhm.
won in colleges. And so the Fearless Fund no longer can give funding to Black women to start businesses. So what the NBA, what the organization is doing is so important because no one is checking for Black businesses but
They
Black
are
people.
but Black people. Yeah,
No
but Black,
one.
that is so true. And as I see businesses and entrepreneurs come to our programs,
Mhm.
they need us. They need organizations like SCORE, like Start Co, like Russell Center.
Mhm.
They need those types of organizations because we got to be prepared. We got to be ready.
Yeah.
We gotta stay ready so we don't have to get ready, right?
That's
So
Right.
right.
that is
Mhm.
what these organizations are doing. And when, like I said, we play a small part in that field. Like it's not our niche, but we know that in order to really build generational wealth, entrepreneurship is key. It is
Mhm.
Absolutely.
key. It is key.
Absolutely.
So I
Yeah.
do I do want to talk a little bit about the program that we have coming up, which I'm so excited about. I'm so excited.
And we are too.
Yeah, so we have this, and I'm going to be reading a little bit, so I'm going to try not to look down. But Collegiate Innovation Program, this
Yes.
program is specifically for college student entrepreneurs, right? It is helping them go through their entrepreneur, taking their entrepreneur stages through scale up pitch competition, accelerator program, and our innovation day. So the scale up pitch competition is the same as the other one. They'll get a chance to compete. They'll have one-on-one coaching. They will get a chance to win up to $10,000. So it's a slightly less than the national, the other
Mm-hmm.
national scale up. They also have the accelerator program. The content will be a little different from our a regular accelerator program. It'll really be content that's relevant to college students, right? You know,
Okay.
we think college students, we think, oh, they're probably new in their entrepreneurial journey, but that's not always the case. That is
That's
not
right.
always the case. I learned that last year. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, a
You
lot of these kids already doing it now. We have our kids
Yes.
series, girl. They already
absolutely.
booming.
And then the thing that I'm really excited about is we're having a collegiate innovation day. So that'll be an in-person event, right? It'll be right here in Atlanta. And it's really going to be a day of innovation. So we'll have some speakers. We're still confirming speakers, so I don't want to put the name out. I don't want to jinx
Okay.
myself.
All
Have a
right. All right.
We'll have speakers, there'll be breakfast and lunch, there'll be workshops, and then after lunch, there's going to be the innovative part of it. We're going to have students will be able to showcase what they're doing if they have a prototype or if they just have a board about their business, if about their idea. If they have a product, they'll be able to showcase that. And then after that, we'll have our pitch competition, right? And a pitch competition really is about 3 minutes they pitch, and then they have judges. Right? Judges will come and judge the competition. And one of the things about our judges, when we source for these speakers and judges, everything we do, period, with National Black is intentional, right? So when we source for judges, we're sourcing for a specific type of person, right?
Okay.
Not anybody can be a judge. You need to be able to feed us. You need to be able to feed those entrepreneurs something, right? So whether it be this your brain power. So we get people that might be that are already entrepreneurs. We get VCs. We get people that work in that space, in that entrepreneurial space that can really lend a resource to the students. You know, we had a competition in Philadelphia last year. I love this story. And we had 10 wonderful, wonderful businesses compete. So we had it was a team of two young men, and they had this app that was around HBCU, right? So it was clear, even to myself, and I'm sure to the judges, that it was a wonderful, wonderful idea, but it really needed to be flushed out, right?
Okay.
So they went through the whole process. They pitched, they did the competition. I mean, they did the Q&A. Then one of the judges said, this idea is grade A. This is a wonderful idea. I'm going to help you.
Mm.
I am going to use my resources and my contact, my network, and we're going to get this thing up and running. And in a shorter time that you want to get it up and running,
Mm-hmm.
I'm to help you. And you would have thought they left there and won the grand prize, okay?
Ah.
Because it's the human capital, right? It's the
Yeah.
relationship that you build.
And having
And
somebody believe in you, that just is like
Yes.
powerful.
I've heard about this. The one person that actually came in second place in 2022, she said her confidence when she did this, her confidence, she didn't think I'll never be able to do this. I won't be able to do this. She came in second place. She said it has boosted her confidence so much. It made her really believe that she can do this. Right. So it's just it's just an awesome opportunity. So the application for this particular program is open now, and it closes on February the 26th, right? It's an application process because there's some criteria that you have to meet in order to participate. And the two main things is that you need to be in school, currently in a college or university, right? And then also National Black is everything Black, right? So you or 1/3 of your team, if it's a team, needs to be Black.
Okay.
Okay. So those are the two main criteria. There are some other questions that you have to ask. So the actual link is here to really click on if you just wanted to get more information. Like you have to upload like a 90-second video about your business, things of that sort, or your concept. So that closes on the 26th, and then the actual program starts on March the 4th.
Nice. So it's a virtual program.
It's a virtual program. So the program is
Oh,
two parts. There's a virtual part and then there's an in-person part. So the
Okay.
virtual part is the 5 weeks, and then the in-person part was that innovation day that I just spoke about. That will be
Mm-hmm.
the in-person part, and we are sourcing for venues right now, but it will be here in Atlanta.
Okay.
all
And so
right.
for those listeners who are for our viewers for our listeners that will be listening to this on their podcast format, you can find the application at f6s.com/collegiate hyphen innovation dash challenge/apply. Again, that address will be on our website. That is at f6s.com/collegiate dash innovation dash challenge/apply.
And if not, they can go to our website. I'm not sure it's up there now, but I'll make sure it gets up there soon,
Okay.
and they'll be able to click on it at that point as well.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yes,
Nice.
That's be
Nice.
like information, facts, girl. Empower
Mhm.
us.
That
Yes,
that's
Yeah.
what that's what Conversations with Karen and Kat is about bringing information that's meant to inform, inspire, educate.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
yeah,
of
All of
that.
that.
that's what we need to do. We have to make sure that we are lifting up our people in every area of their lives. So, at this particular organization, it's around education. Education is important, right? Whatever that is, whatever that is for you.
That's right. Well,
Mhm.
we always ask this question because we are silencing the shame, breaking the barriers around mental health. And I don't know if y'all seen it in the latest news. They've been talking about mental health in the pilots and so forth. And
Mhm.
so we're doing our part to break and shatter that ceiling of that negative stigma. What do you do? Please share if you feel like share what is your go-to remedy to manage your mental health.
Ooh, Kat, I have a lot of remedies. Okay. First of all, I have to remind myself every day how great I am, right? Because
Yes.
I
Yes.
think that I think
Yes.
what people do is when they start to um, be insecure,
Yeah.
it frustrates people, then that leads to stress, right? So
Mhm.
I remind myself every day how great I am. That in my office, I have a little board that has a quote every day of something positive. So
Mhm.
I'm very into positive affirmation, right? I love learning, right? I love learning. Learning is fun for me. So if I
Yeah.
can read a book or do something fun, I'm going to do it. I love to just help people, right? I love to help people. So really, if I say my go-to for to keep my stress level down is really to remind myself how great I am. And by saying affirmation and doing the things that I love to do,
Mhm.
take the time to do the things that I love to do. That really
Yes.
kind of helps my mental health.
Good.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for that. Thank you so much. And when I like the metaphor of an empty cup, and when you
Mhm,
do the things that you love to do, that's filling up your love cup,
mhm.
and everything in that cup is for you, and then everything that overflows is for everybody else.
you
So I
serve
love that.
from your
Love,
saucer.
love
That's
it.
right.
Love it.
That's right. So thank you for sharing that because we want to help give people ideas when you
Mhm,
don't know what you don't know. So we want to
mhm,
leave nuggets and let people know one, you're
Yeah.
not alone, and two, that you're not alone in thinking that. And
mhm.
we all have opportunities within ourselves to make that difference. And you can just start with telling yourself you love yourself.
Yeah.
Read a book,
Mhm,
pray, drink a cup of tea, be with your homegirls. You see this back way.
mhm.
You see that? Get with your folks. So yeah,
Mhm.
thank you so very much.
Yeah, I
I
love it.
know.
I love seeing Black women do great things. So this is kudos to y'all. I probably watched at least half of your, maybe not half, maybe a third of your podcast
Right. Thank you.
already. So I'm like, oh, okay, I like this. I like this. So this is awesome. This is awesome. So Karen, thank you. I met Karen at the book club. So Karen, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you doing this. And Kat, I feel like we're friends. Like, 'cause I said, oh, you know what? I've watched so many of them. So this is really awesome. So thank you guys for having me. This was really great.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing. But when I literally when I heard you talking about this program, I was like,
Mhm.
I got to get you on the podcast so that you can talk
Uh-huh.
about the program because we, because we are all about young people and getting them engaged and
Mhm.
anything that inspires them to think outside the box. We want to do it. We want to get that information out there. So I thank you for sharing with our listeners and our viewers about the association and about this program and all of the good work that the National Black MBA Association is doing.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yes. Kudos to y'all. Thank you.
Yes.
Keep
Yes,
it up.
thank you. Thank you
As
so much.
always, to our viewers, thank you for joining us on this episode of Conversations with Karen and Kat.
Well, we are impacting the world one conversation at a time.